All right, here with Jasmine Moore from Mansfield Lake Ridge, now obviously University of Georgia sophomore. And you, young lady, had an incredible jump last week that a lot of us now look at and say, all right, you've made the Olympic standard. And let me ask you, when you hit that jump, did you know off the bat that that was the Olympic standard? We're going to take you up to Eugene.
I mean, I knew it was far. I didn't know it was that far just because I kind of react to the crowd's reaction and it wasn't like anything crazy. So I was just like, oh, okay, like hopefully it's like mid 46s. So then for it to pop up on the screen, for it to be win legal and the Olympic standard past it, it was just a huge relief.
Well, let's take a look at it, and you can comment as we go through here.
Okay.
So let's pull this up off of Twitter. We'll
Hmm.
go full screen here. And if you want me to stop at any point, just tell me.
Okay.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, has your start changed? It doesn't look like you do as much of the flying with the arms at the beginning as you did in high school.
Yeah, I know my start has changed. I went, well, we added more to it this year, the walk-in. So that's been the difference for me, I
Okay.
guess, indoor and outdoor.
All right, let's play. Keeping the volume off. And you hit the board solid.
I know.
All right, and there are the three phases. So as this
Hmm.
just plays again on a loop, tell us about this jump.
I think, at least from the past meets, I think my first phase was better as far as pushing off the board. And then I think my second phase, I definitely could have been a little bit better, but I think my reaction um, from that into my third phase was better than it has been. I think I was a little too far forward, um,
Okay,
as you can see right there.
that's where we stopped heading into your third phase. So you said you were just a little bit too forward to get the distance,
Hmm.
the additional distance,
Yes.
but still 47 two and a half. Um, is this a distance you were expecting this early in your career?
Um, well, I knew I was hitting all the marks at practice that Petros has for me. So I knew that it was coming. It was just a matter of when, because when coming back from nationals, I was just there was like a light bulb I feel like that just went off my head and like my practices all outdoor season, well, not obviously not every practice, but they've been better. I've been feeling better, my speed, my in the weight room, I just feel like everything's been clicking. So I was hoping for a mark like that, and especially since long jump I'm getting a little bit better in that event, that normally whenever I do well in one, the other one
Mm-hmm.
translates. So I knew that I should be on track for that mark, but it was just finally good to actually see it.
And right now, for anyone who may watch this, that is the number two jump in the United States behind Katura, also a Georgia alum. It's the
Hmm.
14th best performance by an American woman all time, according to Track and Field News.
Hmm.
Has that set in? I mean, does this just boggle your mind a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's just exciting to know that at least we even have three women that have hit the standard. Because obviously the standard has gone up this year, so I think the standard is at a very high place, and for three women in the U.S. this go around to hit it, I think it's huge. And I think it's just exciting to see the progression of women's triple jump. Even in NCAA, Petros always tells me, I'm like, oh, that mark won NCAA's a couple years ago, and it's like now it's like you're hoping for third with that mark. So it's just crazy to see the progression in the NCAA and in America for women's triple jump. They're both just crazy. So
Now you touched on it just a little bit when we are watching the video.
mhm.
So let me ask you more specifically, critique yourself. What do you need to improve on? What do you need to work on to go from 47 2.5 to mid 47, possibly even 48, and start getting where Couture is?
I think my second phase needs work, and as far as my landing sucks. Uh, I mean, it's not horrible, but like it definitely could use some work. That's like one of my struggle spots. So just working on my landing, even if I can get a couple more inches out of my, like pretty much out of every phase, I think I have potential as far as pushing off, holding a little longer, keeping my ankles flexible, and just waiting until I hit the ground instead of trying to jump to like trying to reach the ground before it's even my time. I think if I just do those things, then I think that's what's going to help me get to the 48s and plus.
Excellent. So will you head to Eugene straight after the NCAAs? Will you just stay up there?
Yeah, we're gonna stay there through it all because it's a long flight from Georgia. So
Yeah, it is.
we're just gonna stay, especially because I'm one of the earlier events in the trials.
Okay. From high school to now a sophomore at
Mhm.
Georgia, what have you changed? What has Petros changed about your approach, your technique in the phases, or what has he kept but emphasized?
Well, going into my senior year, I switched to single arm because I knew Petros was gonna want to switch me whenever I got here. So that's one thing that I had already kind of started, but obviously wasn't um, as technical or as good as he's helped me now. But just making sure that my arms are even flexible to like swing. That's one thing. And my speed is something that's changed. Well, that's improved a lot. That's
Hmm.
been one thing that's also helped me. And then my start, I used to start down and it was hard to get
I
momentum.
remember that.
So yeah, so my freshman year, he just changed me to where I just started up. And then this sophomore year, he changed me to where I walk in. So it helps me with my speed and just keeping my ankles flexible and mobility and having and just emphasizing them as far as having them at a certain degree is something I didn't really think about. That I think is what has helped me in that past jump to even hit the Olympic standard where my ankles and the degree of which I hit.
Gotcha. Now, for the last year and a half, roughly, obviously, the entire world's been affected by COVID.
Mhm.
How did you, what did you do with your time when you weren't practicing?
Um, it was kind of a mental break. I feel like in college, it was either school or track, and that's like all I thought about. And it kind of gets overwhelming, and you just need like a break from your routine because you do the same thing every day. Fall training, you don't get a time to just relax. So I feel like for me, that was a time for me to relax and get to do my own thing, get to do my own exercises instead of just being told what to do all the time, which obviously it's working. So it's great. But just to give me a mental break, that's really was like what it was for me to enjoy time with my family, see my sister, because she's like 5 years older than me. So there's probably never going to be a time that we're going to live together. So just being able to just relax and just take a break from track because that's all I've done and that's all I'm still doing. So
Are you healthy?
yes, I am healthy. Obviously, like I have a couple of, things that bother me here and there, but for the most part, I'm feeling like pretty good. So no
Well,
complaints.
I would think at this point in the season, probably any athlete you
Eh,
ask is going to say that. But overall,
yes,
excellent.
mentally, physically, we're good.
That's awesome. Um, all right, so we've got prelims, we've got the NCAAs,
Mhm.
then we've got the trials. known you a long time. What would it mean to you to have the word Olympian next to your name?
It would just be so exciting because it's obviously like something I think about or something I pray for a lot. So for me to even be this close and I can kind of like I know it's possible. It just kind of makes me stay more focused because I want it so bad. And I just know how huge of an honor it would be. One of my coaches, John Drummond, he's an Olympian.
Hmm.
So I grew up in high school hearing like what it means and all the work that he did to become an Olympian.
Oh
So
yeah.
it would just be huge to accomplish that at my age. So
with
yeah.
with the potential for even more later on.
hmm So yeah, it's exciting. It's a good position to be in. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity right now.
That's fantastic. Jazz, I told you we weren't going to take a whole bunch of your time tonight. We wanted to talk a little bit about the 47 2.5 and basically
hmm
catch up with you. It's been a while since we've seen you with COVID, and
Yeah.
just get your feelings on, the potential of being an Olympian and making that stride and making Mansfield happy.
Yes. I hope to do that. So thank you.
Well, best of luck and congratulations on through right now, what is a fantastic season. And we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
And we will talk with you soon.
All right.